Are you looking to make an investment in Belize real estate, but want to make an educated decision first? Well, look no further. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down so much data for you. We've spent a long time putting all this together. We're going to give you the high level data for the Caribbean and Belize travel. I'm also at the very end of this video going to be breaking down the specific market data. So how many active listings are there? What's the average listing price of a condo, a house, land? We've broken it down by location of the land, so you're gonna get a ton of great information here. If you guys do wanna get access to this data report, throw a comment in the comments section. Anyone that comments, we're happy to send that over. And also, if this video gets 1,000 likes, guys, we're gonna send these custom Chewy jackets. We're gonna send 10 out to our viewers if it gets 1,000 likes. Come on, guys, you got Chewy right there. But without further ado, let's dive in and get you the data. So number one, Belize is the fastest growing destination in the Caribbean. So according to Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association, this is the CHTA, and Forward Keys, they've done a study which has broken down travel to different countries in the Caribbean. And what they found is that Belize saw from 2023 to the first half of 2024, a 30% increase in tourism to Belize. This graph right here breaks it down and shows you by cities, because you have Cancun there, and countries. So number one was Belize with a 30% change. So they've also broken down and assessed what are the reasons more people are going to these destinations. And what they found, there were a few major contributors to people coming to Belize that made that change. Number one was family travel. We were the second highest destination in terms of percentage increase for family travel behind Curacao. Unfortunately, they were recently hit by Hurricane Beryl. Prayers out to them, hope for a speedy recovery. Belize is a family destination. So when you look at travelers coming to Belize, typically we're not a destination that's known for party. We're more known for beautiful natural things like our 181-mile long barrier reef, caves, Mayan temples, waterfalls, lush jungle. All of these factors play an immense role, because when you come here, not only can the parents enjoy it, it's a pleasure for the kids seeing all of these things. Number two is the direct flight with JetBlue from New York. So since that flight has been added, we've seen a 91% increase in travel from New York to Belize. So it makes sense. Direct routes, when they're added in, have an immediate impact on tourism. And we're gonna talk more about a very exciting new direct flight beyond New York that was just added. Third factor is increased travel from Latin America. So the biggest ones were Colombia, Brazil, and Argentina. I'm also gonna break that down for you. And more travelers visiting for events. So for example, right now, we have the Belize International Music Festival. We also have Lobster Fest, all these great initiatives that the government is doing to have amazing things for you guys when you come down to Belize. So really exciting to see all that stuff, which is a perfect transition into the flights and seat capacity. Now, if you follow the channel for a while, you know why this data is important. But if you're looking to invest in real estate right now, the reason we look so closely at flights and tourism is because there is a direct correlation to every aspect that you might make a return on your real estate. So whether it be equity appreciation, whether it be short-term rentals or even long-term rentals, if there's more people coming to Belize, that's more heads and beds on your rentals, and that's more people interested in buying real estate here, which increased demand will drive our real estate values up. So they're very important things to look at. Forward Keys seat capacity includes information on scheduled direct flights and their seat capacity. Airline capacity reflects the planned total seat capacity airlines expect to offer. So Belize leads the region in seat capacity change in 2024 at 43%. We're talking about a whopping 43% seat capacity change. And you guys can see that visualized right here on this graph, which breaks down all of these different destinations within the Caribbean and their seat capacity change. For the most part, most destinations did see an increase. Some did see a decrease, but overall it's a great trend, and seeing Belize as one of the top countries there is huge. So where do the direct flights come from? If you've been to Belize before, I'm sure you've seen an idea of where these come from, but right now we have direct flights in the US from Miami, Houston, Dallas, LA, Denver, Atlanta, Charlotte, Baltimore, Chicago, Minneapolis, Seattle, in Canada, Calgary, and Toronto. Then we also have Newark and New York, and there's a surprise one I'm going to be talking about shortly here. any of our people on the West Coast might be excited about this one. When we look at tourism within Belize, what is the breakdown? This is a question I get a lot. If you guys don't know, I'm the regional owner for WmC&x in Belize. So if you're looking to buy a property out here, I'm more than happy to help facilitate that. And one of the most common questions we get, Will, where are the people coming from that are coming to Belize? It's a great question. So 69% of our travelers are coming from the United States, 11% from Canada, and 20% from other destinations. Now, why would it be mostly Americans and Canadians? Well, for one, most of our direct flights come from there. But for two, if you're looking at a Caribbean place that is English speaking, or any tropical place really, being in the same time zone, being able to get back and forth, Dallas is 2.5 hours, Houston's about a 2-hour flight, Miami's about an hour and a half. It's a very convenient destination to get to. So that's why we see so many of our travelers coming from those destinations. And every time we get a flight added, and like I talked about before, we get a big increase. So 91% increase from New York. Big flight announcement is San Francisco direct flights. So this was just announced. United is going to start doing direct nonstop flights December 21st of 2024. And actually, funny enough, I've already noticed an increase in our viewers and other people reaching out saying, I heard about the direct flight from San Francisco. I'm looking to come down to Belize. So I expect to see something very similar to what we saw with the New York flight and all the other direct flights that have been added once that hits on December 21st. So before we go deeper down the rabbit hole of this data and learn about the real estate market data, I want to talk a little more about tourism. So monthly tourism from Belize, January to June 2024, you can see it broken down on this graph. And what you'll see is that in March, we had a record-breaking month for tourism. So 29% increase on that record, and that was 69,202 arrivals in the month. So not only are we having a record year, we're also having record months within that year, which obviously is very exciting to see. Our benchmark year was 2019, and from 2019, we've seen a 19% increase in tourism. So obviously, when we look year over year, we were impacted by COVID-19. That set us back. There were certain points when you couldn't even fly into Belize, but it's better to compare to our benchmark year, and that was 2019, and we had a 19% increase. In Caribbean overall, it's a very popular area of the world right now. We're gonna show you guys some data on why that is, but Caribbean saw a 13% increase compared to the prior year. So now let's look at the percentage change in total global arrivals. So people coming from all over the world, 2023 to 2024. But where are people coming from when they're coming to the Caribbean? So we have a bit of a breakdown here, and what's the change in those origin cities? So North America increased from 2024 to 2023 for travel to the Caribbean. Canada saw a 14% increase. The US saw a 12% increase. This is to the Caribbean, not to Belize, just to clarify, guys. Toronto was very high there, 23%. Dallas, 21%. Houston, 14%. Orlando, 18%. Charlotte, 18%. Washington, 18%. New York, 13%. So big changes there. So now we have the Latin American travelers. Now, BTV in Belize specifically has put some great programs in place to incentivize these travelers to come check out the country and enjoy a vacation here. But really in the Caribbean, it's had a major impact. And this chart here, you guys can see exactly how big of an impact that is. So 104% increase in travelers from Mexico to the Caribbean, a 20% increase in travelers from Colombia, 20% increase in travelers from Brazil, 7% increase in travelers from Chile, Uruguay 3%, and Argentina a 9% increase. So compared to 2019, you'll see the numbers are significantly higher, and it's actually having a big impact on the market already, which is great to see. Let's go into Caribbean investment now, guys. So when you look, CBRE is a global leader in commercial real estate. They recently published a report which had some really unique data that we wanted to take a look at, ranking how attractive different destinations were. So this is the May 2024 CBRE CCA investor report. And based on their ranking, the most attractive place right now for offshore investment was Central America, followed by the Caribbean, United States third, Europe fourth, South Asia was in fifth, Asia, and then Canada in dead last. Now, if you guys don't know this already, Belize is the only country that has Central American and Caribbean aspects. We're part of CARICOM, We're also part of Central America, so we are in the top 2 destinations for foreign investment according to CBRE. All right, now you know the high level stuff. Let's go a little deeper in and talk about Ambergris Caye and give you the full listing report. Now, we have been working tirelessly to pull all the listings from all the real estate sites because in Belize, we do not have an MLS. So if you guys type in Belize Real Estate MLS on the internet, you're scrolling through, chances are that's just a website that someone made and has scraped all the listings online, put them on that website, and then basically people see that and think it's an MLS when really most of those properties are sold. It's not accurate, there's no data on it, so this is gonna be probably one of the more accurate sources of data you can get for the total market. So first and foremost, we've broken this down into a few categories. You have detached homes, you have condos, you have off-beach land, and you have waterfront land, because you might be interested in something different, and regardless of what you're interested in, my email is up there. I'm more than happy to have my team work with you or myself work with you to find the perfect property for you. Shoot me an email. But first of all, detached homes. So we have an average listing price for detached homes of $938,068, and there's 47 active detached home listings in the market. Next up, we have condos, so 73 active condo listings. There's $463,252 was the average price based on everything we've pulled. There's off-beach land with 201 listings with an average price of $102,213. Then you got your waterfront land, which is 89 active listings with an average price of $390,234. You guys are making me work today, but I'm gonna get this done for you. So total in the market, when we pulled everything, there was 410 listings. So first, let's dive into detached homes, because we've also broken this down by bedroom count. So you have 13 active listings that are 2-bed. Those have an average price of $640,569. There are 11 active listings that are 3-bed. That is $687,800. You have 11 listings that are active that are 4-bedroom. Their average listing price is $1,032,909. Then you have 5+ bedrooms. You have 12 active listings with $1,402,833 average listing price. So you take all of that, 47 active listings. That's how you get our number right there. So condo listings. 1-bedroom condos, there's 26 active listings at $290,027. 2-bedroom, you've got 34 active listings with an average of $479,612 average listing price, and 3 bedrooms, you have 13. Those are typically going to be your penthouse units out here. They're not usually making 4-bedroom condos. Could be there's some out there, they're not listed right now that I'm aware of, but typically you're going to see your penthouse units, and there's 13 active listings there at $766,915. That's your total breakdown. Now let's talk about off-beach land, and we've gone one step further on the off-beach land. Guys, I really hope you're enjoying this data. Off-beach land, we have 71 active listings with an average price of $155,818. North Ambergris, you see there's 37 active listings, $157,811. South Ambergris has an average of about $122,115 with 12 active listings. West Coast, non-beachfront, 22 active listings, $85,265. And then you got your secret beach, which one thing that you will pull away from this, sometimes people say, well, you know, I looked at Belize 3, 4, 5 years ago. The prices were completely different than what I'm seeing today. The reality is, essentially all of these are going to continue to increase as time goes on. That's the trend we've seen over time. We're not a highly leveraged market, so there's no bank financing typically that's going out and giving out a tremendous amount of mortgages. Normally properties out here are clear titles, so when a recession comes, typically the market is a lot safer than when you have highly leveraged real estate markets with a lot of insecure loans that people might not be able to pay off. All of a sudden, the chain effect, you guys saw it in 2008, 2009, it can get pretty ugly in a real estate market, and thank God we don't have that. The one downside is you do have to come up with cash typically to purchase property. There are some other ways to do it. Now, a lot of people ask me, Will, what's the next area? What's the next emerging area? And for me right now, a lot of stuff is gonna be in the secret beach area. and then moving south of there. So there's a lot of activity going on in all areas of the island, but those are the areas that I highly recommend looking at. Off-beach land listings by location. So again, you guys have a breakdown visual that you can take a look at, and as well the average off-beach land listing price. So now let's go into waterfront, and here we've broken it down again by different areas. So in San Pedro town, you have 7 active listings with an average price of $950. On the West Coast, you have 18 listings with an average price of around just under $400,000. Lagoon, you have 10 active listings with an average listing price of $283,400. North Ambergris, you have 24 active listings, average listing price of around $487,993. South Ambergris, you have 14 active listings with an average price of around $335,000. Then in Mahogany Bay, you have 16 active listings with an average listing price just north of $200,000, depending on what type of property you're looking at. So a total of 89 listings there, average waterfront price of $390, $234. Now, obviously these are completely different things, but again, the same thing. When you look at Mahogany Bay as a waterfront offering in a gated community, people ask me the same question. Will, it seems like Mahogany Bay, it's got this pool club, it's got a sushi restaurant, it's got Hilton, the villas are branded by Marriott. You know, have I missed the boat? Well, according to the data, you haven't missed the boat. As well, when you look at a development that still has lots available, that's when you know you haven't missed the boat. So great opportunities still in Mahogany Bay, but great opportunities all around for waterfront properties on the island here. Let's keep moving through this, guys. We got all of our charts here. So now we talked about Mahogany Bay a little bit. Let's get a little more specific into the Mahogany Bay area. So I have here Mahogany Bay average home resales, you'll see on this chart, and it's breaking them down by year over year here, so 2019 to 2024. And what you'll notice is the average home resale price has been steadily increasing. Now, a lot of people, I will preface this by saying, a lot of people actually aren't listing their homes because they're performing very well in the rental market. Recently, Marriott just signed on so that you can now book the villas in Mahogany Bay with points. And I strongly encourage you guys, if you're someone that uses Marriott rewards points and you're looking to book a place down here and you're looking at real estate, book one of those amazing villas with your points. Come down and check it out and experience the stay for yourself. This chart here shows you guys your average Mahogany Bay home sale price, and it's broken down by 2-bed, 3-bed, and 4-bed. You know, we had to get a little more specific with you for it so you guys could get that idea. And your Mahogany Bay average 2-bedroom saw a 9% increase in sales over 12 months with a 13% increase in listing value. For 3-bed, it was a 35% increase in listing value with a 19% increase in sale. And what I've noticed I'll give you guys a couple little tidbits of information in my experience here. What I've noticed on different homes in Mahogany Bay, or just on the island in general, when you have a great offering with more than a 2-bedroom, typically that home is gonna sell sooner, because a lot of people buying these homes normally want to have some living aspect. Usually they do have kids, they might have grandkids, and they want to be able to accommodate their family when they have people coming down. So from a sales perspective, usually those have less days on the market. And when you're looking at rental, well, I'm gonna dive into the specifics on that soon, but there's a lot of interesting new stuff that I've learned about what is the best rental, and we're gonna get into that shortly here. But first, 4-bedroom listing value, we saw a 24% increase with a 15% increase in inventory. So rental inventory, this is our lodging inventory by bedroom count. And you guys can see on the chart here, it is broken down month over month for active listings. Now you'll see it's been fairly consistent. Some months will have more active listings than others because some people might have a home where they're spending some time in their home. That's gonna change the number there. And you'll see it's consistent over all bedroom counts. They tend to follow the same path. Now, when you look at our supply and demand, one of the biggest takeaways we had made a couple years ago was that larger homes perform better in the rental market, and to a certain degree it's still true. But right now what we found is making a much bigger impact is putting things in your home like a pool or a hot tub. I've got the difference in average rental income annually when you have a pool and also when you have a pool hot tub combo. So when you have a pool, the difference on average is $22,800 USD per year. So the private pool goes a very long way and will typically pay for itself over the course of a year or two. The change in ADR, no pool, that's your average daily rate. No pool with pool was 117 USD to 309 USD. When you throw the hot tub into the mix, well, that makes an even bigger difference. Well, people that had a pool and a hot tub saw a change in average annual income of 30,300 USD. So what we're really trying to tell people now is, if you want to have a successful rental, focus on the property amenities. You know, a lot of people go through the build process, they get to the end, they say, you know, I don't wanna add the landscaping, or can we get furniture for cheaper, or yeah, I don't know about the pool. These are the difference makers right now. A 2-bedroom that has the beautiful pool, the landscaping, the furniture, the great photos, like a 2-2, can outperform a 4-4 if it has the right stuff in it. And this is broken down to give you guys a visual of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6+ bedroom, and we're showing you the difference in increase in inventory, the percentage, and increase in demand. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these have a small sample size. So when you see a big number like 80% increase in inventory, could be the case that there was only 12 of those on the rental market. But still, we've noticed the trend that now people are looking for 3-bedroom homes, and that's a sweet spot, and you'll see it on this graph. If you guys are looking to get more info on how to purchase an investment property out here, my email will be either up here somewhere. I'm more than happy to help get you guys all the details you need. I'm happy to help you secure your dream property out here, your dream investment property. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to learn more about great affordable deals in the market, check out this video I did where I talk about the best current listings in the Secret Beach area, as well as a little bit of a development update. Other than that, guys, we'll see you in the next video, hopefully down here in paradise soon.